Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Folks, we keep talking about how the pendulum is swinging both culturally and politically. Of course, it's swinging in favor towards the right. I mentioned Charlemagne the God and Bill Maher as great examples of that, and of course, we've been following the voter registration patterns or trends, the primaries, the polls, the election in Virginia in 2021. It's all signaling a rightward shift, whether or not Democrats want to admit it or not, but there is no greater sign of a rightward shift than this one right here. In my previous video, I said if Bill Maher is shifting right, then how do you think the average voter is? Well, folks, if Canada is shifting right, the friggin' Socialist Republic of Canada, starting to embrace conservative, patriotic, populist, Trump-style, America First-style populism, as Justin Trudeau's approval continues to tank, well, then you know that we are clearly seeing a rightward shift within North America and, of course, Western democracies, as people reject wokeism, reject the new liberal world order, the WEF, and Justin Trudeau's socialist, globalist-style policies. Folks, we are seeing an incredible shift as hashtag Trudeau must go trends with nearly 200,000, or actually possibly even more than 200,000 tweets. Just taking a look right now, and yeah, 270,000 tweets pushing the Trudeau must go hashtag. It seems like left-wing policies are failing, and left-wing candidates and left-wing presidents and prime ministers are about to get the boot. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on here. Let's cover the dynamic going on with Justin Trudeau and this emergence of a new populist leader for the Conservative Party in Canada, Pierre Poilievre. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, take a look at the headline right over here. Hashtag Trudeau must go trends on Twitter with 1.81 million interactions, including Justin Trudeau's own brother, as Canadians express disapproval over draconian COVID-19 mandates. The hashtag Trudeau must go trend continues to gain popularity on Twitter as thousands of Canadians from all walks of life express their disapproval of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and the draconian COVID-19 mandates that he has imposed. The new viral trend that started last week has generated over 500,000 tweets and interactions until the social media giant decided to stop showing the figures over the weekend. Who would have seen that one coming? According to third-party analytics Tweetbinder, the hashtag has now generated over 1.81 million total tweets from September 13th to September 20th. And just the other day, the number that I was using from this screenshot that I took right over here showed 270,000 tweets in a single day of the trend. But folks, the trend is much more powerful than just hashtag Trudeau must go. It's a trend of thousands upon thousands of regular Canadian citizens denouncing Justin Trudeau as a wannabe CCP autocrat with tweets like this: I'm 45, born in Calgary, grew up in Montreal. I work in the financial sector. I love my family, my friends, my flames, my community, and my country. According to Justin Trudeau, I'm the face of racism, misogyny, and extremism. Hashtag Trudeau must go. I am a Canadian born and raised in Montreal, Quebec. First language is French, second is Creole, third is English. Married to a beautiful Russian wife. My family always supported liberals. I will change the family trend. Hashtag Trudeau must go. I'm 32. I'm a college-educated business owner. I contribute to society and I pay taxes. I believe in free choice. According to @Justin Trudeau, I'm an extremist that needs to be dealt with. Hashtag Trudeau must go. Hashtag Trudeau resign. I am a 34-year-old woman who chose to leave my job as a registered nurse in BC because I believe in the fundamental right of bodily autonomy and in the principles of informed consent for everyone. Could not participate any longer. We are one. Hashtag end mandates. Hashtag Trudeau must go. Hashtag unity. I'm a 37-year-old black Jewish wife and mother. I worked as a remote research assistant, but I was fired because I didn't disclose my private medical information. According to @Justin Trudeau, I'm a racist, misogynist with unacceptable views. Hashtag Trudeau must go. Hashtag Trudeau resign. And so this is a seriously powerful trend. And it just goes to show that the news cycle might move fast, but this kind of inflammatory, hyperbolic, autocratic rhetoric and despicable draconian mandates stay in the minds of individuals. They lurk. And they're not going anywhere ahead of the 2022 midterms, and they're certainly not going anywhere for the next couple of years as more and more elections roll by. Politicians who put people out of business, politicians who destroyed people's livelihoods and took away people's freedoms, well, just because the news cycle moves on to the next frivolous and superficial story doesn't mean that people are going to forget what was done to them. And after destroying the economy, shutting down supply chains, and printing billions to trillions of dollars depending on the size of whatever country's economy, as people are asking for answers and real leadership, well, what we're seeing from these left-wing leaders is just not gonna cut it. Joe Biden basically laughs off inflation, acts like it's not even really a big deal, and Justin Trudeau said this.
You mentioned the Bank of Canada's mandate. That mandate is actually expiring at the end of this year. If re-elected, it's probably the review or the extension of the mandate is probably the first big economic policy decision we'd make after the election. There's some talk of allowing the Bank of Canada to make some tweaks to the mandate to give it a little bit more flexibility to tolerate higher inflation, so it could, help stimulate the economy a little bit more in this very difficult time. Do you have a position on the mandate? Would you support a slightly higher tolerance for inflation?
I don't know. When I think about the biggest, most important economic policy this government, if re-elected, would move forward, you'll forgive me if I don't think about monetary policy. You'll understand that I think about families.
Forgive me if I don't think about monetary policy. I think about Canadians, Justin Trudeau says. You absolute moron. You know what's probably one of the most important issues to regular Canadians and regular citizens of any country? Monetary policy. That dictates their future. I mean, holy moly. I keep bringing up this distinction because it's true. At least Joe Biden has an excuse. Joe Biden's brain is malfunctioning. It's melting before our very eyes. This guy has no excuse. This guy is young and supposedly in his prime, and he says things that are literally too dumb for Joe Biden to ever say. It's absolutely insane. He's a fundamentally unserious individual running a G7 nation. He's more focused on cosplay and blackface than he is on monetary policy. And I mean, just speaking about this guy being an absolute clown, here's Justin Trudeau on his visit to the UK, attending the Queen's funeral. You know how I've said in many videos that the guy's political views and stances, frankly his disposition as a human being, is that of a 12-year-old girl? It's not hyperbole. I mean, he basically is a 12-year-old girl. And his wife, Sophie Trudeau, is not that much better. I mean, talk about cringe.
I'm going to step up. Yes, and I'm going to sing you a song that I wrote for my daughter, Ella Grace. Some people doubt that angels can fly.
When I thought of the opportunity that I was going to have to be here on stage in front of all of you tonight, I thought, it's the best chance I have to express myself in song. Listen, I can stand solidly on my own, right? So I'm gonna sing for you tonight.
Boom, ba-dum.
So clear and so bright.
You're weird, buddy. You're weird.
At any point she can get during any speech, she just breaks into song and dance. Justin Trudeau is a substitute theater teacher, or something like that. He's a spoiled trust fund baby who has never accomplished anything. Every accomplishment, everything he's done, has been on the back of nepotism. He's an incompetent buffoon, but frankly, the face of modern leftism. And honestly, at the end of the day, on a long-term view and a long-term perspective, it's probably a good thing that Justin Trudeau had his time in the spotlight. He managed to screw everything up just like Joe Biden. And as his approval rating tanks, he's now sitting at 38%, as you guys can see, an all-time low. Millions upon millions of people are waking up, and the trend is rightward. And I mean, the fact that we are seeing a rightward trend in the Socialist Republic of Canada, that really says a lot now, doesn't it? As the new conservative leader, Pierre Poilievre, a real conservative populist, just won the Conservative Party of Canada leadership race with an astonishing 68.15%. Absolutely decimating the long list of neocon challengers that tried to take him on. And the contrast could not be more clear. There's Justin Trudeau, who says, forgive me if I don't think about monetary policy. And then there's based Pierre Poilievre, who's looking absolutely primo.
Right now, we lose wages because we import 130,000 barrels of overseas oil, mostly from dictators, every single day, even though we have the third largest supply right here in Canada. And that is all because our government prefers dirty dictator oil to responsible Canadian energy. We will repeal this government's anti-energy laws and replace them with a law that protects our environment, consults First Nations, and gets things built. This government's high energy taxes and proposed fertilizer cuts will only drive food production abroad to more polluting foreign jurisdictions, which would have to then burn fuel to ship, train, and truck that food back to us. But didn't we learn how irresponsible it was to rely on the rest of the world to provide us with our essentials during COVID? A Poilievre government will repeal these taxes and fertilizer mandates to get out of the way and off the backs of our farmers so that we can grow affordable food, feed our people, and be the breadbasket of the world.
And it seems very likely at this point that conservative policies are going to win the day, even in Canada. Leftoids are seething as they're on the verge of losing their incompetent China dictator praising, wannabe autocratic dictator, substitute drama teacher and snowboard instructor Justin Trudeau. Good riddance, and thank the Lord, people are finally waking up. Hashtag Trudeau must go. That's what I got for you guys though. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel if you guys are up for it. I'm gonna get back to work. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.